Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Indulge Me. It's me, Stacey. How are you, my angels? How are you? Can you believe it? We're back. We're back again. It's just November. It's just November. It's not that long. We haven't changed since the summer. I kid. But we are back. The One Long Voice Note podcast is back. It's me. I'm in my wet hair. The extensions are in. I'm playing a dangerous game here, I'm air drying currently because I was taken. I was taken to the mic and I thought we can dry later, but because right now I must pod because I'm sick of waiting, you know? So I'm in wet extensions, loose bra. The girls are traveling down south. They're not going up north, I'll tell you that. And the bra is not helping matters. I'm struggling to even call it a bra, but it's a comfort sling that the old tatas embrace. I had a long ass shower. I was home alone in Halifax. I had a long ass shower. We're going to get into it. The products I need you to know about. I have transformed my shower routine. The products are otherworldly. So we had a big ass shower. I threw on my big ass sweater and my big ass loose bra. And I thought, why am I waiting around? I got to get with the gals. I got to get with the damn gals. So here I am. I started work end of August and I thought, okay, we'll take a couple weeks. I'll get my footing, get into the routine of work, and then I'll get the pod back going. And you know what? Now it's November 25th. I literally have no idea where the time has gone, but enough is enough. Enough is damn enough. I don't know if you are like me, but I get into this mode in my life where I just push things off to the future and just sort of coast about. So I'm like, oh, I'll do that. I'll do that in the summer. I'll do that after Christmas. I'll do that in a couple months. And then I'm like essentially just waiting for my life to start over there. It's never really starting here. It's over there. I'll deal with that over there. And then I'm looking around going, I'm numb to it all. What the hell's going on here? And then you overthink, my God, you would be embarrassed the amount of times I open my Substack. If you don't know what a Substack is, it's like, it's a blog. Your girl loves a blog. God bless everyone who's followed me since the Tumblr days. But the amount of times I've opened Substack and I went, here she is. Here's the revival. And then I spend like 4 hours on fonts and colors and then go, I'll put that over there. So, we had the summer of The Office. I was podding. It was beautiful. Thank you to everyone who listened to the pod. I know some of you were confused. Would I ever bring someone else on? No, I wouldn't. But now it's November and I'm like, I got to get back to it. We must. And I'm telling you, I always give the promises. I'm not giving any promises, okay? But if you're in this sort of cycle like me, where you're like, life will happen over there, let's just start stuff that's a little messy. Because right now you can see me with the wet hair and you can see that I have lost my mind and did a large Zara purchase. Large Zara purchase in the background. If you're approaching 40 and you're feeling like you've lost your groove and you want to put a little sexual step in your clothes, get a little va-va-voom, get a little cool, don't we all go to Zara? It always gets us with a promise. Guys, in this big box behind me, if you're watching this, if you're not, imagine it. You can see it. You've done it. You've believed that a box of Zara can change your life. You're like, I don't need to, go to therapy. I just need to buy a large box of Zara. And this large box of Zara is just going to change me. I'm going to start getting up at 5 a.m. I'm going to start going to yoga. Okay. And I'm going to start going for long, long walks. I'm going to start reading that book on my nightstand finally, thanks to that large box of Zara. And I got to tell you guys, I'm not sure. I blacked out. I got that big box of Zara. There's a vest in there. And if you have big old boobies, big old tumbly bumblies, what am I doing with a vest? With buttons in the front? Pray for me is all I'm going to say. I'll give you an update next week, but we all know how that's going to go. And then I got to deal with the return of the big box of Zara. I just recently did a return of a big box of Zara, and the young Gen Z associate, let's call her, she knew what I was doing. She felt bad for me. She returned my rock bottom, and we move on. But nevertheless, if you're wondering where I'm at, we got a big box of Zara. So if you're currently in a big box of Zara zone, I see you. I feel you. We're going to get through it. Okay? But I will say the winter is upon us. We feel it. It's getting dark. It's not even 8 o'clock here. Could I have turned on some other lights and really lit up the joint? Yeah, but I felt like our first conversation back, like it should be moody. It should be in the evening. So we're in the dark. I've got a lamp kind of doing the most that I can, and I appreciate it. But it is getting dark early. And it is tough. There's nothing. If you go to work and then work out, or you go to work and then you go to your pottery class, or you work in the day and then go do a thing when we all know it gets dark at 3:30 p.m., you are an elite. You are an elite. Teach me your ways, send me your tips. Which actually, I can't even believe I've made a successful segue here. Thank you, ADHD, and a prayer. I have set up for the pod, which I did in the summer. You can send me a little voice note, voicemail. Obviously, no pervs. We know the rules. They never change. But you can send a little voice note. So if you are a winter elite and you are doing things in the evening, despite the darkness, send it my way. You won't even believe it. This never happened. So just as I was recording, I got a call from a delivery guy because, like I said, we were in the big box of Zara vibe. I did purchase, please, please. I think I'm okay, but let me know. I ordered wide leg sateen Adidas pants. Let me walk you through my mental collapse. So it was lost in transit for a little bit. And I was like, it was lost. The delivery was delayed enough for me to go, what the fuck was I thinking buying these pants? Okay. So I have been in a rut, and my boyfriend was like, just order some new clothes, make yourself feel better. And I was kind of lost, and he goes, well, go on Pinterest. And I'm like, don't give me the advice that I like to give other people, please. Okay. However, I go to Pinterest. I start looking up outfits. I stumble across, and I'm telling you, this will get you either out of the rut or more trouble, because I stumbled across Jennifer Lawrence street style. I don't know what witchcraftery, let's move on. I don't know what witchcraft. Oh God, here I am trying to make a metaphor. I don't know what the hell is going on with Pinterest. I don't know what voodoo happens there, the search styles, but it basically was bitch, you need this. So I start looking up Jennifer Lawrence street style, and here she is in an Adidas sateen with a green cardigan, okay, and a leather jacket. And I thought to myself, in that moment of whimsy, that is me. Now, if you're watching this pod or if you're hearing it, I know you're going, Stacey, don't. That's a different life. That's not you. I hear you. I get it. But thus, the pants were ordered. And then became delayed enough in delivery that now I feel like a full-on clown psychopath. So the man at 8 o'clock at night, as I'm recording this, just called to say, hey, crazy, I got your clown pants. So again, another thing to update you next week on. How am I with the big box of Zara? And how did the sateen Jennifer Lawrence street style pants work out? I will be letting you know. I will. So, what have I been talking about? Yes, I made notes. I'm professional now. The extensions might be wet, but the brain is on fire. But it is winter. And so, thus is time. We have to start doing stuff for ourselves. It's impossible to do. It is to make time for it because scrolling is so good, isn't it? It's our nasty little secret. Nasty. There is something so beautifully nasty about a TikTok scroll. I mean, I'll just admit it. Like, I'm addicted to the damn thing. And TikTok it sucks now. We didn't appreciate what we had before it was gone. It's different. There's weird ads. I can't run away from these press-on nail ads I keep getting or weird dress companies that I feel are obvious scams. Ad after ad. But I'm still scrolling. They still got me until something else is invented and I hop on there. But I'm in my winter scroll, which is tough. Thank goodness for my walking pad. I get my ass on that and I scroll. And also, let's not pretend. I get in my bed and I scroll. And then I get on my couch and I go, I could read those books on my coffee table because I know I'm not reading the book on my nightstand. And then I go, yeah, let me get to that while I scroll. I will say, however, the one thing I have added besides my scrolling, and this is a dear and wonderful shout out to my lovely friend and co-star on 22 Minutes, Abba Amaquando. She has got me into The Sims. Hold for gasps. 39 years old, I'm playing Sims. And let me tell you, it's crazy over there. I have been searching for something. Okay. I'm not necessarily a gamer, but I do love an adventure game. You know, you want me to like plant carrots, manage my yard, fill time, making meals, whatever. The Sims has always called to me, but I chalked it up to being sort of a young person's game until I was actively pushed to get into it. And I have bit the bullet. I downloaded the thing, which you can download for free. By the way, did not know that. Okay. Embarrassing, I guess. I love The Sims. I love The Sims so much. I've built my home. Okay. I have purchased furniture. It like scratches that itch when you want to like shop for something or, do something because you're bored. Play The Sims. It's the best. Now, I made my sim, Rhonda, okay? Rhonda does look like me. However, at one point, my mouse did slip and her face got weird, and I accidentally pressed confirm. So Rhonda leads with personality, let's say that, and her walk is sort of a jaunty, bubbly mess, and she sounds, well, different. But she is great. And as she's developing, she's getting into electronica. Apparently, she really enjoys mischief and chaos. So, like mother, like daughter, I suppose. And Rhonda is my shining star. It's incredible. My house, we've got a quirkiness to it. I just really splurged on a big old clown painting that I think's really working out in the living room. I'm telling you. The only thing I will say is in my Sims world, I am being pushed to get into a relationship with a man named Mitchell. Okay, I don't really like him that much because even though our love, like levels are building, every time I want to talk about my recipes, I should mention that I am wanting to be a chef. Okay. But he doesn't really want to hear about the recipes. So he's not really, And the way that The Sims push you to just have sex is so funny to me. They call it woohoo. And I'm really putting that off with Mitchell. Like, I don't know. He's really annoying, and I don't like the shirt that he wears. But he keeps calling me to go on dates. And you know what? I want to see the city. So what am I to do? I asked him to stay over one night. He went to bed immediately. I can't have that. I can't have that. I've already dated that in real life. I can't do that again. So I'll keep you up to date on Mitchell, but I also keep getting prompted to ask him like to follow his dreams and to get a job. So Rhonda needs to elevate, but I'm getting used to it. But I can't stop playing the damn game. It's a dream and a joy. I'm so into Sims that I bought a laptop table that rests on my legs. It has a little mouse pad, so I can bring my monstrous laptop to the couch. Good or bad, I don't know. But I'm telling you, if you're looking for a little something something and you don't want to keep online shopping like me and buying your Sateen Adidas sweatpants, get into The Sims. I know it sounds stupid, but you're going to love it. You're going to build your house. You're going to buy new lovely duvets and beds. I just bought a speaker. Okay, and I'm dancing in my living room. Well, Rhonda is. I'm very much horizontal. So take that as you will. But enough about me. Let's get into a couple of little topics because I want to catch you up on things that have happened. That's what we do here. We talk pop culture. I watched Wicked for good. Let's get into it. I watched Wicked for good. I loved the first Wicked. Are we worried about Ariana and Cynthia? Of course. Is Michelle Yeoh now in the mix of worry? Of course. What's going on with the Wicked women? What's happening there? Well, we know what's happening there. It's too much. It's too much. It's worrisome. And I think for sure in Wicked for Good, it's apparent. I don't know if because we've been talking about it for a year, but Ariana and Cynthia and Michelle on those red carpets, SOS. I love the girls. They're all talented. My God, they ooze talent. What I would give to be able to just sing a little bit. And here's Cynthia Erivo spinning around, singing, not even missing a step. Okay, I can't even maintain a conversation going up the stairs. So, but I worry for the girls. We all are. So let's get into Wicked for Good. Now, I know the musical, not well. You know, I'm not like what I see on TikTok, people who have seen it like a gajillion times. But I did know the musical. So I knew that the second act really didn't have as many bangers as the first. So out the gate, they should never have made it 2 movies. It's looking at what, almost 5 hours of footage for like a 2.5 hour Broadway show. Crazy. And they added stuff, unnecessary, very bad. Wicked for Good. No good songs except for Good. Maybe Happy, or what is it called? Like, I can't remember, but the one off the top from For Good that Glinda sings, but there's no bangers. The story is all over the place and so boring. I want to give a big shout out to all the children that were at the 6:40 p.m. showing that I went to go see. IMAX, because I support my girls. Okay, I will go to the theater for my girls. And was I there 3rd row at the front, neck completely cocked back? Yeah, it was. Would some argue I was a little too close? Yeah, I was really close to Ariana's strip lash. Very close. I was so close. I was looking at the seams in her dress. She didn't even fit in them. She was so small. You could see the fabric. Ill-fitting, you could see. Anyways, that's a whole other thing. But I want to give a big shout out to the children that were all around me I'm not a parent, but almost a 2.5-hour movie in the evening. They were angels. One girl did start kicking my chair at the beginning, but she leveled out. And for that, she deserves a prize. Because it was a boring movie and they did really well. But I also want to give a MVP award to the young boy that was sitting beside me asking his mom, why was that happening? What's going on? And he was bored. I agree to all those 3 things. So these are some spoilers. However, if you're on the internet, you know. And also, who cares about a Wicked spoiler? We're not here for shock and awe. We're here for fabulosity, singing. But here's some things that stood out. Ethan Slater, who played Bach. Hard name to sing, okay? Hard character to look at. Wasn't a fan. He turns into the Tin Man. And I heard one woman online be like, Bach became an incel. Yeah, really obsessed with. He's obsessed with Galinda. He never sees her. They do not talk literally at all in the second movie. Maybe foreshadow for Ethan and Ariana's real life. Allegedly, blinds are saying they're breaking up. Bach was annoying. Nessa, the evil witch, who is the actual witch who's the house falls on in this story. The Wicked Witch of the East? Wicked Witch of the West? Who knows? I'm all over the place. Let's get to what I really want to talk about. She was annoying. She dies. Literally nobody cares. But they wouldn't let us see her feet under the house. And I was wondering if that was a rating issue because I really wanted to see them because she was really annoying in the movie. Well played. The actress killed it because she needed to go. And then we are back with Fiyero and Elphaba, and they have a love scene, a sensual scene, sexual in nature, that had no chemistry, just two gay besties getting through it. And they were besties to the end. It was absurd. Cynthia Erivo, or Elphaba, I shall say. Elphaba is taking off her witcheries. She's taking off her clothes and unveils shorts and like a lacy top, and then puts on what I can only describe as a woven weighted blanket during the sexual scene. And then we didn't even get to see Jonathan Bailey's full chest. He was very modest, blanket covering the nips. I mean, give me the goods. Let me see something. They have a kiss. I felt nothing. Tough. And then he turns into, spoiler, the Scarecrow. And that makeup made me audibly laugh in the theater. Big shout out to my friend who was sitting beside me. He remained professional, kept his eyes straight to the camera. Not me. I was looking around, looking for another friend to match in my shock and awe. That is what he looked like. The internet has deduced that he does look like Ryan Reynolds. I agree. And based off the Blake Baldoni and Ryan Reynolds lawsuit, I struggle to see. You know what I mean? Jonathan Bailey, gorgeous man. That look, simply cuckoo cuckoo. Simply cuckoo cuckoo. So I urge you to watch it. Have a laugh. You will be bored, and then there will be bursts of laughter. If you don't have time for that, just watch the first one again. It's wonderful. It's so good. I love it. So, but I'm glad that the girls can rest. The girls can rest and take some space from each other because, I mean, I can't even judge because I come from the theater. I come from live performance, and we're freaks. Like they have a theater level energy that I had in like theater school. And you need space and you need to touch some grass. I'm not telling them to do that. That's what I had to do. I had to roll my ass on so much grass to level out. And so I'm looking forward to that. And I worry for Michelle Yeoh. I mean, the miscasting of her, she had nothing to do. And then you have Bo and Yang you see once. I'm curious what those actors feel like after I'm presumably being away for months shooting this thing and then maybe having 10 minutes of screen time because there was no character development to any sub character. Like Michelle Yeoh, we learned nothing. Jeff Goldblum, hardly anything. At one point, Elphaba's like, you got to get out of here. And then he just floats away. We never like see how he feels about it. Yeah, a lot of the movie was Ariana, like Galinda and Elphaba coming together, crying. Elphaba saying, I'll be the bad guy, you go. And then they run away and then they come back together again. It was just all over the place. And it sort of makes sense. It kind of fizzled out, you know, like we didn't really get a lot of press with them together. It's all very woo-woo weird. So I'm happy for the girls to just kind of take some space and find their next thing. We have to talk about it because I haven't potted since the news, but we have to talk about my sweet and wonderful Diane Keaton. Now, I say my sweet and wonderful, I did not know this woman, but she touched many a life. I mean, a style icon, talent endless, and just an absolute wackadoo in the way that I love. And I couldn't believe when I heard that she had passed. I feel like we all collectively, universally were shocked and felt the loss. I mean, my gosh, every button down in the world had a cry. Diane, she was never supposed to go. How sad. What a loss. She's so beautiful. I just would be remiss. And I want to thank all the people who have listened to the pod, even from like regular girls to the regulars to now, who reached out and was like, I thought of you. Because that was so sweet. But yeah, I mean, I was absolutely shocked. And that sounds crazy because we don't have that relation, but it's crazy when you have that parasocial relationship with someone who like means so much to you and their movies mean so much to you. And then they die and you're like, you have all these like real feelings of someone you haven't even met. I know that sounds like wackadoo, but I feel like we all have that person or those people, you know? And she was just so funny and delightful and such a good actress. And I loved how she embraced aging in this industry. I mean, God knows. I'm approaching 40 and it's like you're already so invisible and so replaceable and so annoying to so many people because you're getting older and the pressures to stay young and to conform. And she did none of that. You know, the way that she aged was so inspiring and so gorgeous and beautiful, and her style. And I mean, if you don't know much about Diane Keaton, she was like she had this amazing home and art. And I mean, the Family Stone, it's coming up to that time. I'm like nervous to watch it. I'm going to bawl my goddamn eyes out. I know that. What a legend. What a legend. Forever and always, Diane Keaton. My gosh. I'm wearing my blazers extra proud these days, I have to say. Now, when are we going to talk about Lily Allen and David Harbour? Gasp. Gasp. Can you even believe? I can. This is a bummer because David Harbour has the body type that I find yumyum.ca. Okay? He is shaped like a big dumb baby, and that is all for me. I mean, we loved a big dumb baby, you know, tall, thick, funny, deep voice, beard, you know, he's all those things. And to find he's a complete like creep turd is devastado. He's a creep turd. And that is tough for the big dumb baby community. And I'm not happy about it. We lost Chris Pratt. Okay, we lost him. He's gone. There's no repair. I don't even know what he is now, but he's not for me. And now we've lost David Harbour. So if you're a big dumb baby out there, watch yourself. Start making some good decisions because we need you. We need that representation. We need that big dumb baby representation. You guys got to clean it up because you're getting a little too confident. I don't like that. Poor Lily Allen. If you have seen their Architectural Digest, The Fix was in. I mean, her album, listen to it. Even if you're not a big Lily Allen fan, but you like the juice, she'll give it to you. Top to bottom. Her album is one of the albums I've listened to in a long time, from front to back. I feel like that artistry is gone for some reason. But I remember, you know, back in the day, you'd get a tape or a CD and you would listen to it from the front to the back. There was no streaming. You know, it wasn't all just about the singles. And it was so amazing to listen to Lily Allen's full album. And the reason we do is because every song is like furthering the conversation and the gossip and the juice about David Harbour. But their house was crazy because David Harbour had this Architectural Digest in his New York apartment. It's amazing. I mean, it is, I hate to say it, but it's like so beautiful. The design's awesome. I remember his bathroom being really cool. But this house, the brownstone in New York, had an energy. First of all, they had a weird energy. And when I rewatched it after all the drama, I mean, I should have known they were screwed the second I saw the carpet in the bathroom. The carpet in the bathroom and the silk sheets on the bed. And he talked about how he slept in a lot, like he slept in till like 2 p.m. All of that felt icky to me. You don't work at night, sir. What are you sleeping until 2 p.m.? Like the way that they described it, I was like, I don't think so. And the style was weird. It didn't feel like a home. I was like, do they live there? It felt really strange. And she kind of stood in the back and just kind of watched him, and he sort of waxed poetic. They had a cold plunge and a sauna in their backyard, which, I mean, that's the dream. Um, but it didn't feel like they were there together. And of course, now they're broken up and he's dating a model. So the big dumb baby will big dumb baby, unfortunately. But it's, again, such a loss. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, watch the Architectural Digest with Lily Allen and David Harbour and you get back to me. Because you will need to have a shower after. It is tense. It is tense. So essentially, Lily Allen's whole album is how they get married. They buy this house. He's super rich. And she's like, this is kind of beyond my fame. Like he's a larger star than her. And then she gets a play in London. And then he calls her and is like, yeah, I need to open this marriage up because I couldn't possibly not have sex while you're away. So we need to open it up. And then she agrees to open up the relationship, which, okay. And he is a dirty, nasty dog. And then it unveils that he breaks the rules of their open relationship and all that kind of stuff. So get into it, but it is crazy. And it's always tough to see a big dumb baby fall. Are you watching the Kardashians? I ask this honestly because I'm thinking about popping back in just because I need something mindless and I'm not really loving the Housewives right now. I'm being urged to get into Salt Lake. You know that I fell off because they weren't really friends. I wasn't really buying the dynamic. After Jen Shaw got arrested at Beauty Lab and Laser, I kind of bid adieu. The last season I watched was Heather Gay when she has the meeting on the beach and tells all the girls that she knows about, what is it, Von Teese. And then she does the classic screenshots, timeline, all that stuff. And I was like, this feels so produced. I miss the days of like New York, Luann falling in a bush, Jill Zarin showing up to vacation and no one's happy, all that kind of like, that's not even a good example, but you know what I'm talking about. There was an era of like the Real Housewives that was just so perfect. And now I'm struggling with the new season. And I'm not trying to be a purist here. I'm trying to evolve with the franchise, but I'm really struggling with like the group of women that are not friends. Like I'm worried about the Real Housewives of Rhode Island. So anyways, I am looking for mindless TV and I keep getting clips shown to me of the Kardashians and I'm getting so annoyed with Kourtney that I feel compelled to watch the full episode because she is back being the worst. Like, get Kourtney off the Kardashians. We're over her. It's unfortunate. I don't know what she's become, but I'm not loving it. She is like such a hypocrite. And Kim and Khloe are like, they just give her too much. And maybe it's because, Kris Jenner's like, we got to keep the family together. We got to keep the checks flowing. But I really don't know what Kourtney does. And her hypocrisy really annoys me. Like when she's like in the car calling Kim, being like, is it okay if like Julia Fox does our Lemmy campaign? Even though like Kourtney was mad that Kim worked with Dolce & Gabbana because Kourtney's wedding designer was Dolce & Gabbana. But now she's using Julia Fox, who used to date Kanye West right after he divorced Kim. Like, the hypocrisy is crazy. Also, what's with her blurring her new son's face but doesn't blur her other kids? What's up with that? And Mason lives with Scott. I need to get on Reddit because I have really fallen off with the lore. So if you know the lore, send it to me. know that I will be doing my own research as well. And if you're lost, I get it. I am too. I'm picking up pieces as I can. But Courtney is so annoying. And remember when Kim beat the shit out of her? I mean, those were the days. And Chloe, I worry about. Chloe, I am worrying about the cloud popcorn, the protein popcorn. We're doing too much with the protein. I don't want it on my popcorn. I don't want it on my chips. Cloud popcorn, protein popcorn. I feel like the Kardashians are done. Like, we're not buying as much, you know? Skims has gone down in quality, I will say allegedly, but I have purchased, and they also discontinued my favorite bra of all time, the underwire mesh. But as I was buying new ones, as like Black Friday would come in or whatever, the quality was decreasing. So are we still buying Kardashian stuff is my question. Are there good American loyalists? Are people liking the cloud popcorn? You know, what's going on with the lip kit with Kylie? How does she make money? These are my questions. And so I will do my research and get back to the community, but these are the things that I worry about. So I was just talking about the Real Housewives, as you know, saying that I'm struggling with Salt Lake. Now, people are telling me that I desperately need to get into the new season. So I'll give it a go. But guys, I'm worried. I don't think it's for me. But with the news that Jen Shah is getting out early from prison December 10th, for which we will celebrate, I will get back into Salt Lake. I don't think she'll come back, but I would love her to come back. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want her to come back because she's a terrible person, but you want her to come back because she's a terrible person, you know? Because there's something has changed within, I think, the reality TV franchise where we are like the moral police and we want like all good people. And it's like, that's not what makes reality TV. Like, there are bad people that make great TV. That's why Jax Taylor got to have the extent of his career. But then he became a full-on psychopath bad man, so he cannot be on TV anymore. But when he was stealing sunglasses and doing coke and saying he was the best guy, number one guy in the group, like, he can stay. You know, because he's a bad good for reality. And I feel like the Housewives have lost that sort of moral ambiguity that made such good TV. Like, Ramona Singer was never a good person. You know, Luann de Lesseps was always loco. So I'm not looking. So now with the new season or the new stars, I'm not loving it. So much so that I have just started rewatching Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I feel so taken care of by my girls. I am season 1. Kim and Nene are still friends. Nene is yucking it up with Kim in a parking lot, getting her into a very shitty dress that a designer made her. They're loving it. She's nude at the Shell gas station, getting Kim into her outfit. They are giggling. It is a good time here. You know, Sheree. We had it so good, guys. We really had it so good back in the day. Nene Leakes. As far as I'm concerned, Nene Leakes started the memes. She's a meme machine. That woman is a star. And I have to say, I believe now on my rewatch, and again, I'm only on season 1 of Real Housewives of Atlanta, the rewatch. And I just finished a rewatch of New York. I did not go to the new season. I refuse. Erin, I can't. Sai, no. Jessel, good, fine. The rest, and again, Jenna Lyons wasn't showing anything. So seeing like old school housewives to now what we have, we had it so good. I'm telling you, to fight the winter blues and rewatch Atlanta with me. You can catch up. I just started. I'm like 4 episodes in. Come on. You got time to do 4. I'll catch you up next week with how it's going, but I don't see myself leaving. I'm going to go all the way to the top with this one, all the way to the current, as far as I can, because the last couple of seasons of Atlanta have been rough. And I'm struggling through Potomac. I'm liking it, but I think because we know Wendy, if you don't know, Wendy from Real Housewives of Potomac, was arrested for fraud, for allegedly pretending that her house was robbed and then claiming all these things were stolen, but then she was wearing all the things on social media. So her and her husband are facing major fraud charges. Karen Huger just got out of jail. I mean, there's so much jail with these women. It's crazy. So I think because we know all of that is happening, I'm struggling to be present in this current season of Potomac, knowing what is to happen. But Atlanta, oh, I am so, my love for Nene, I've always loved Nene Leakes, but like now rewatching, I'm like looking for merch. You know, I got to support her. I guess she's burnt the bridge with Bravo. She's not coming back, but my God, she put in the work. She really did. Thank you, Nene. And I miss you and Kim being together. Who is caught up on the Blake and Baldoni case? I won't waste too much time on it because some people have left, but I am still boots on the ground for this legal case. It is crazy. And they're approaching trial in March. You guys, Blake Lively is out of this world. Like, every time, and I want to give a big shout out because there's a couple people on TikTok that are full-on lawyers that unpack all of the documents, and I literally set up my phone and watch it like a podcast. Like, I listen to Not So Golden and Little Girl Attorney. They are incredible, and I literally watch their TikToks like a podcast, and I feel like I'm learning the legal system. They are so in-depth and funny and like really lay it out there. It's awesome. I cannot shout them out enough. Like, they are so good about it. And I am still boots on the ground for this case. And the stuff that Blake Lively is doing is true. It seems and appears, allegedly, that she is nothing. Nothing. And what she's demanding from these people is absurd. So right now, the latest thing that's got everyone up in arms is Baldoni's partner, Jamie Heath. They were shooting a birthing scene from the movie. And Jamie Heath, in discussion with that scene, showed Blake like a clip or something, or was talking about the home birth his wife had with their son, and showed a clip of them after the birth, allegedly. This is what I'm being told. And Blake's like, I'll watch it later, which I feel tracks based on Blake Lively's sort of demeanor. And then she now claims that he showed her pornography. And he's like, it was my wife holding my newborn son. So in her defense, or her case, she has demanded that Jamie Heath's wife, they have to provide Blake all of her birthing videos so she can like go through and be like, yeah, that's what he showed me. Is that not crazy? Like, he claims, I didn't show her pornography. I showed her in context of this birthing scene. We didn't want it to be just a classic birthing scene. These were options. So these were the discussions we were having. And he showed her the clip. And then she claimed it was pornography. And now is demanding that Jamie Heath give over not only the birth video in question, but all of her birth videos. What? Can you imagine? It's bubbling up. If you're looking for something juicy, it's like a soap opera over here. I just hang out with my girls. They tell me what's going on. I go, I can't believe that. And then I search the world for anyone else to talk to about it because nobody's caring. You should see me at lunch at 22 minutes in the writer's room. Some of them are kind, but then they got to get back to their own life. You know, they can't be listening to me. But this case is truly something else. Blake has lost the plot. And then there's like this other part of the case where her and Ryan had like a company, like the sham company, or not a sham company, but they had like a company affiliate. And then they used that company to do this weird lawsuit to obtain like cell phones from Baldoni's camp, like their PR company. And that's what they used for that New York Times expose. So it's all kind of illegal, allegedly. So I'm in. That's all I need. That's the kind of true crime I can get behind, is celebrities and their egos suing each other into oblivion. That's something I can get behind. It's good. Also, what was laughable was you can tell that Blake's a little worried because she just was photographed at a Trader Joe's. Can you imagine that's your life? Like, you need to prove that you are down to earth. And so you call paparazzi to take a photo of you shopping at a Trader Joe's. Why would the paparazzi be there? And they're like at the till watching her bag up. Very bizarre. I just think it's really crazy when rich people have to like cosplay normal. I find it offensive. It's like, get out of here. And in the article of her being captured at the Trader Joe's, they claim that she bought $2 Chuck, which if you're not familiar with Trader Joe's, they have really cheap wine. I think it's like, when I was living in LA, I think it was like, yeah, $2.50, $3. And it's called $2 Chuck, like really cheap wine. And they claim she bought that. And A, I don't even know if she drinks. And B, that's insane. Yeah, right. Yeah, right, you did. You know? And she was dressed like Lily Bloom from the movie. She looked nuts. And I'm saying that as someone with wet hair and extensions, okay? And my boobs going any which way. I'm not even going to consider where my nipples are at, okay? But she looked nutso futso. And to call the paparazzi to look normal. Rich people, just be rich. You know what I mean? Like, just be rich. I think that's half the reason we love Gwyneth Paltrow. She's not pretending to be anything else. I mean, she is something we're not. And a lot of us don't want to be, but we like to look. I mean, I'll watch her Architectural Digest any day of the week. She has a full spa in her basement. She's not pretending to be not so rich. And I think if Blake Lively just leaned into that, it might be better for her, but she's pretending that she's normal. And that's very weird. I also want a photo of inside that bag. I want to know what she got. I want to know what snacks she got. What did she buy that she thought was like normal? You know what I mean? Like, she's like, oh, the normies would buy this. Because apparently also, her and Ryan say that they don't have nannies, even though they do have nannies. And it's like, that's the thing too. It's like, if you had money, wouldn't you want nannies? Like, what prize do you think you're getting? Also, you guys travel the world all the time and work. So where do the kids go with the nannies? There's something up with them. The dark arts. I'm not buying it for a damn second. Are you guys over the Blake thing? Let me know. Should I just not be updating you guys? Or do you appreciate it? I can't get enough of it. Oh, you know what else I've been listening to? Is the Nexium podcast. It's with through the CBC with Allison Mack from Nexium. She went to jail for her allegiance with the cult and like all the abuse she did and organized and all that kind of stuff. And it is crazy, you guys. First of all, the tone is strange. A part of me was like, this is too soon. She's still, I mean, I don't know, and I don't want to speak out of turn, but like I might, obviously, due to the nature of the way my brain and voice work. But it doesn't seem like she's fully outside the cult. Like, I'll just say it. Like, she's always like, yeah, I was really good at it. Like, I was really good at what I did. And you're like, okay. And she does claim she's not a victim, but you get the sense that there's something going on. And obviously, she was a part of a cult and was brainwashed, and that was terrible. And Keith Raniere is an evil guy. And I mean, anybody that's like listening to a guy who plays volleyball at 3 a.m., like there's something going on there. But Allison Mack, like, there's an energy. Like, I'm going to keep listening before I give a full report, but I'm not, I find it very strange. And I wonder where it's going to go. And we'll leave it at that because I don't have enough information. I've only listened to the first 3 episodes, but There's some Allison Mack. Okay. Friends, can you believe it? We're back. I hope this setup is okay. This is the thing. It's like I'm getting lost in like how it needs to look, and maybe it's a little messy till it's not. And that's the new thing. Maybe the hair's wet until it's dry. Did I just, knock your socks off with something? Maybe, hopefully. One thing I would like to ask, and I don't want to like bombard, do people like the idea of the Substack? Because I had a little blog many years ago, and I still have it, and I thought it might be a great way to like share products, overview the pod, add to things. But I don't know if people are still checking Substack. I like it. I have my articles I read, the people that I love. And I'm open to sharing all my faves with you guys. But I know some people just aren't into the newsletter. So let me know if that's something that you guys would really enjoy. Next week, we have to top the pod. We are going to get into my shower freaking favorites. I'm telling you, I have turned the shower into a paradise. I'm looking forward to it. I'm hopping into a shower before bed to just get into my sheets super clean, the lotion, guys, the body wash, the products, the dry brushing. We got to get into it because enough is enough, and I'm getting this all at the drugstore. Okay, Sephora who? I don't know her. And I also have an update with my hair because I have thin ass hair, as we all know, and I just had my extensions redone, and so I could see like the health of my hair and the regrowth, and we've got things to discuss, and that's what I'll say. But I missed you all. Let me know how you're doing and how you feel about the things that I said, because I'm not I need to know. I'm nosy that way. But I will see you next week, and I can't wait to chat. Bye.